Hello guys, welcome to AI Basics channel. In the last video we seen how to do a simple linear regression using normal equation. And in the last video, at the end of that video, I said that normal equation fails in some cases. Like when we have more number of independent variables, in that cases that normal equation takes lot of time to process the data. So what is the alternative method for that normal equation? There is a method called gradient descent. By using this gradient descent, we can overcome that problem. So actually, what is gradient descent? Gradient descent is a first order iterative optimization algorithm. That means we are going to finding a local minimum of a differentiable function. For in terms of mathematics, we take one equation and we apply the partial derivatives to that equation and we find the local minimum. Actually, gradient methods are two types. One is gradient descent and another one is gradient ascent. So I will tell you when we use gradient descent and when we use gradient ascent. So gradient descent is actually finding the local minimum. For example, you are standing in the top of the mountain and you are coming from top to bottom. That means from top of the mountain to ground by walking. So that is called gradient descent. Then what is gradient ascent means? You are going from top to bottom. That means you are climbing the hill from ground to top of the hill. That is called gradient ascent. So that is from positive gradient in gradient ascent and negative gradient in gradient descent. In the gradient descent, we are going to find local maximum, but in gradient descent, we are going to find local minimum. So when we use gradient descent, so actually in deep learning there are some techniques called deep dreams, neural style transfer. In those techniques, we use gradient ascent to find local maximum gradients and we apply those gradients to convolutional neural networks. And we create some deep phylogenetic images by using those techniques. So I will cover those things in deep learning playlist. First, we are going to focus about gradient descent. So take this example, take this graph. So in this graph we have two independent variables. One is theta naught and theta 1. Theta naught is intercept and theta 1 is one independent variable only. We have two parameters. One is theta naught means slope and theta 1 is x. See here we are coming from top to down. Here red part is there, like it is the top of that graph, and we are coming to the local minimum. So that is actually how gradient descent works. Here in this picture you can see that this is the point where we started, and that means top of the mountain, or you can think it is a bowl and we started at the top of the bowl and we are rolling from top to bottom and to find the minimum cost, that means minimum error. These are the required mathematics concepts for applying this gradient descent formula. So I will describe you about these formulas, how these formulas came. It is very easy only. So this is an equation called y equal to mx plus c. Here I wrote in terms of theta 1, theta naught and theta 1. H theta of x means y equal to mx plus c. M means here theta 1 and c means theta naught. This is called cost function. That means mean squared error. There is small difference between mean squared error and this cost function. Here we added two number. We added 2 to the 1 by 2m. That's it. So that's not a matter. This is the main function of this gradient descent formula. Theta j equal to theta j minus alpha into partial derivative of the cost function. So we do one time partial derivative with respect to x and another time we do partial derivative with respect to c. Here alpha is a learning rate. Alpha is a hyperparameter. Like we can tune our model. For example, how this alpha works means, let's see. When you are at here in this ball, so if your alpha is very high, that means 10, 20 or 50, 100, 1000, like that means you are going to take big steps for reaching the global minimum. In that cases, you may sometimes jump for here to here like this. So that's not a good thing. actually we can't find the global minimum when if we keep higher learning rate, or if you keep lower learning rate like 0.0001 means, so you're going to take very small steps, so it will take a lot of time to reach the global minimum. So we set the learning rate between 0.1 to 1 sometimes, like based upon the problem. Like if that learning rate doesn't work properly means we will change that learning rate based on our error. So this is the first partial derivative with respect to c. After applying these partial derivatives, we will get this equation 1 by m into sum of y predicted minus y actual. This is the partial derivative with respect to x. 1 by m into summation of predicted minus y into x. So I will suggest you take this cost function and wrote in the paper and apply these partial derivatives, and you can, like, this is the best method. You will get full clarity about this method, how it is working, how the formulas are derived. So I'm leaving it to you about partial derivatives. You can get more clarity while implementing the code. So there are some challenges for this method, gradient descent. There are some pitfalls are there for this method also. I will explain you shortly. So you are seeing the non-convex optimization graph. Here we see in the convex graph. Like means there is only one global minimum and local minimum, both are equal in this graph. But here we have one global minimum and more than one local minimum are there. So this is called non-convex optimization problem. So why I said this non-convex optimization problem is because sometimes our model stuck at the local minimum, so it can't get out from local minimum, so we can't reach never to global minimum. That's why sometimes gradient descent fails when data creates a non-convex optimization graph. See, here we can see clearly we are coming from top to bottom and we stuck here local minimum. But sometimes we may overcome this problem, but sometimes may not. So due to this reason, this model fails sometimes. So for the alternative of this model is a stochastic gradient descent. I will explain you in the upcoming videos. I mean in this after completing this method. And there are another problem is there. Sometimes you will get some vanishing gradients and exploding gradients. This is the major problem in the neural networks. So what happens exactly means vanishing gradient means your gradients ends up with 0, or sometimes your gradients ends up with very high large numbers. That means every iteration your gradients will increase exponentially. So that is the main problem in the neural networks while using gradient descent in those concepts. So how to overcome means these vanishing gradients and exploding gradients means there are some techniques are there, like normalization technique or clipping the gradients, all are there. So I don't want you to confuse, so I will tell all those techniques in the deep learning playlist. When I start that playlist, I don't know actually. I'm planning to start that playlist after completing this machine learning playlist. So the remaining part is implementation of this gradient descent algorithm. 1 minute, I forgot to say one thing. Here I want to say another thing. Here we repeat the until convergence, means here we repeat the process until we get the global minimum values. Okay guys, I hope you understand the basic idea of this gradient descent algorithm. In the next video, we implement this algorithm in Python. Okay guys, I will see you in the next video.